Anything else is just bread. That right there is the French toast bagel that we haven't seen since March.
Yeah, it's been months.
You're gonna get 24 of these 4-ounce New York City boiled bagels in your choice of flavor. Now that one is definitely perfect for breakfast. But we've got lots of ideas for you. Stacey Stauffer is here.
Hi.
She is the foodie with the most that brings us so many great brands. This one happens to be one of my personal favorite, and
Thank
yours
you.
too. Voted 5-time Customer Choice Food Award for favorite food of all the food items. Now you can get 24 of these in your plane, and if you want that, now's your chance to get them. You can get 24 of them. Well, actually, I think and the rest are all combos. So you'll get 12 of the French toast and 12 of the plain, 12 of the everything and 12 of the plain. And then there's also an everything and French toast offer where you get 12 and 12 of each. And 135587 is your item number, $13.33 on Easy Pay. So the everything bagel, it smells so awesome. And all I want to do is plant my face in there and eat it.
You can go for it because I got a little introducing, especially to those of you who have never heard of Just Bagels. This isn't like a New York style bagel. It is a New York bagel, straight out of the Bronx, like Alberti said. Taking you right now to our bakery in the Bronx, where we bring in the best water for making pizza, pasta, and bread, and that is water. Doug Bronx. I'll work on that, David. Water from the Catskill Mountains, which has, like I said, perfect pH balance for making pasta, pizza, and bread. It's also our other ingredients. We use malt and molasses in our dough to give it a depth of flavor, nothing artificial, no artificial flavors or preservatives. We then age our dough 10 to 12 hours. That helps build the beautiful chew in the crust. We then boil our bagels because if
a real bagel is boiled.
Right, otherwise it's just bread with a hole in it. And then we bake it in a 500-degree Hearth steel plated oven. That's them taking a ride to cool off because the day we bake is the day we ship. We put them in a sleeve, ship them to you fresh and ambient. So it's very important that when you get these home, you actually put them in the freezer to keep them fresh. And then all you'll do is pop it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. You slice it and then toast it, or don't toast it as you go. Look at that chew. That is the aging process that makes a bagel great. That is the boiling of the bagel.
That's a New York City bagel.
And a lot of big bakeries, the supermarket bagels that you get, they can't do these steps.
They just don't do it.
It's too expensive. So, hold on, I know.
Flavors.
He just said, let me go to your hand, and I took it away. Okay, let's begin with plain, which I call the classic because there's nothing plain about it. Okay, so what we start with, again, is malt and molasses in our dough. That is just going to give it just a savoriness, and it's not going to taste plain at all. Then, when you age that dough, you get that beautiful crust on the outside and that tender, soft chew on the inside. This is not going to be a bagel that sits like a brick in your stomach because, again, we're using nothing artificial here. That is your classic. That's the base for all the other flavors that we have, including what you haven't seen.
French toast. Okay, so French
at least 3
toast
months.
is just like, what does it have on the inside, right? Like, doesn't it have like these little sugar granules and French toast on the inside?
What we do is we add to our dough cinnamon butter.
Oh my God.
Then there's vanilla icing bits in here with vanilla. So it gives you a real sweet flavor. I mean, if a bagel could hug you from the inside, this would be it. Imagine the easiest French toast that you would make in the world because you slice your bagel, you dip it in a little bit of egg, you put it in a skillet with some butter, and then in 2 minutes, you have French toast, nothing soggy. It is just phenomenal, easy breakfast that really is out of this world.
Everything Bagel, the all-time best-selling New York City bagel. Really. Like, you go into any bagel place in New York City, Everything Bagel is all around.
And everything is salt, garlic, onion, poppy seed, and sesame.
But the perfect ratio, because you can't put everything, you can't just put anything in an everything bagel.
If you had the same amount garlic on that, you wouldn't be able to taste the nuttiness of the sesame seed. You wouldn't be able to taste that sweetness of the poppy.
So good.
And what's beautiful is the onion on here is like a caramelized onion. It's not just a raw, dehydrated onion. So those dark spots is actually a cooked onion. So super smooth, super savory. This is the ultimate to make a sandwich. You know, do do corned beef, pastrami.
Or put a burger on it.
Burger?
Yeah.
Even the salmon?
Yeah,
Don't you have
even
salmon
the
burgers?
salmon burgers
would
coming up.
really, really knock it out of the park.
So here's what's going on. We have it for you at a one-time only price. This is the lowest price you're going to see these items for you for the next 3 months. $13 gets it home on Easy Pay, free shipping and handling, and 135587 is your item number. If you want all 24 in plain, I have 750 to go around. If you want plain with French toast, that's 12 and 12. That's our most popular option. I have 700 remaining. Plain with everything, 12 and 12. 450 remain. And if you want everything in French toast, that's 12 and 12. You got 900 to go around. That's it. Now's your chance to check out your shopping cart. You know, a customer favorite food item. I want to go over here really quickly.
Yeah, sure.
You will get 4 sleeves just like this, okay? 6 bagels in each one of the sleeves. When you get them home, Stace, right?
Yes.
So they're baked fresh to order.
Yeah, we bake them and we ship them all in the same day. So when you get them home, they'll be ambient. Don't put them in your pantry. Put them in the freezer. And actually, it's going to help the flavor even develop better. And then when you want to eat them, take it out of the freezer, pop it in the microwave, just 20 seconds. That way that it's easy to slice. And then you can pop it in an air fryer to toast it, toaster oven, regular toaster. Or because we have the French toast, which we haven't seen in like 3 months.
Oh my gosh, look at that French toast. It's so good.
Make the ultimate French toast, because I will say, my kids, when they were little, it was easy to do pancakes, and they said one time, Mom, can you make French toast? And I did, and it was so messy, and it was soggy, and they were like, they were so appalled by it, they refused to ever eat it again. Wow. Cliff, who is our bagel boss, the owner, who's getting some beauty rest right now, and look at how beautiful this this lox kind of spread is too. So if you are hosting for Father's Day, it just really elevates the space. Again, we did burgers with it.
Listen, bagels are really great food on the go, right? That's why they're such a great New York City treat. Like people get bagels every morning. Bagel and schmear, bagel and lox, bagel and a ham sandwich, bagel and a turkey sandwich, bagel
everything
and a
with
burger.
whitefish salad.
Yeah.
That's such a New York thing.
Bagel and tuna.
But you're not
going
to get the bagel for, what'd you say, $1.66?
$1.66.
If you're in New York. Like, that's not going to happen. We're bringing New York to you, and the best of the best. Again, this is not your supermarket bagel. And I urge you, if you're like, oh, you know, that she can say all that, of course, you know, she's there representing the company, please read the customer reviews. Look at the swirls of cinnamon that you can see in the French toast. Again, this is going to be a lightly sweetened cinnamon butter, a little bit of vanilla. I mean, try to compare that to maybe a French toast version at the store.
Or like I was going to say, you know, a lot of people are familiar with like cinnamon raisin bagels.
Yeah,
right?
but some people don't like raisins.
Yes, exactly. What's really nice about this is that this has that butteriness to it. This has that sugariness to it. This has that vanilla note to it. So it's a completely different experience, but it's still along the sweet lines. Everything, always popular. Plain, always popular. If you haven't tried the French toast, try that. By the way, here's what I will tell you. There's no auto delivery on this. Maybe you're stocking up. Maybe you're just picking this up for the first time because you're like, hey, customer favorite food item at QVC 5 years in a row. Meaning, of all the items that we sell, of all the brands that we sell, Just Bagels only does bagels.
Yep, that's
but
it.
they are the #1 favorite food item. Try it out for yourself. If you've never had a true, authentic New York City bagel, we'll deliver it to you, to dad, anywhere in the country, or anybody in your life. I love that. Just
look at the nooks and
butter.
crannies and some butter settling in there. I mean, this to me is heaven. It's great when you think of like all the things you can do with flavored cream cheeses or honey, or maybe a chocolate hazelnut spread is always a great way, especially if you're having the grandkids this summer stay with you, to give the parents a break, or because they're home from school. You could do amazing things with just topping it with fruit, or maybe some M&Ms on top of a chocolate hazelnut spread. Just really beautiful designs, and have fun with this, because it's meant to be easy gourmet eating in these bagels.
I was gonna say easy and filling. Easy and filling. That's why when I was a kid, my parents were like, have a bagel for breakfast, go to school.
Oh, believe me, honey, I've got 2 teenage boys, right? One just graduated last night from high school. They are constantly eating, thank you. And it's like, what will fill them? Bagels will hold them over for at least a couple hours.
Yeah, and the thing is this, is like these bagels do not sit in your tummy like a brick, okay? Like I grew up with bagels. These are 4 ounces. They're not small. They're the perfect size, but they do not sit there and make your stomach feel heavy, because there's nothing artificial. There's no preservatives. All 24 in the plain. If you want that, I now have 650 remaining. Remember, $13.33. This is the rock bottom best price that we give you on these bagels, by the way.
Yeah, under $40 is
$39.98.
a great value.
Right now, I will tell you, this is incorrect over here. If you want the French toast, you'll get 12 French toast with 12 plain. But we have fewer than 500 remaining. Same thing here. If you want the everything, you can get 12 everything with 12 plain. There's only 350 remaining.
Oh my goodness.
And if you want 12 of the everything with 12 of the French toast, that covers everything, right? Super savory, super sweet.
Yeah, it's a savory,
We have
sweet
fewer
combo.
than 750 remaining. And 135587 is your item number. If there was one item that I could literally gift to every single person that's watching and in America, it would be these bagels.
Wow,
because they're
thank you.
that delicious.
Yeah.
They truly are.
Thank you, thank you. And I've got to say, I was not a bagel believer. And then I met Cliff and tried Just Bagels for the first time here at QVC, and I said, wow, a bagel truly can be different.
Because
and
you're a Philly girl.
Right, I'm a Philly girl. We don't do bagels well, right? We do cheesesteaks, but not bagels. And I think it's those 5 steps, again, that really set us apart, starting with the water that we use. So again, that water coming into our bakery that's settled right there in the Bronx. You're going to see it in a second. That water coming from the New York Catskills. That is the perfect pH balance for making pizza, pasta, and bread. There's a reason why pizza dough in New York pizza is better, and New York pasta is better. We add malt and molasses to give the dough a depth of flavor right out of the gate. Nothing artificial, no tree nuts, no peanuts, kosher. Then we age the dough 10 to 12 hours to help build that beautiful crust and that wonderful chew. We then boil our bagels. That makes a huge difference. Big bakeries can't do it. We then bake it 500-degree oven. They take a little ride to cool down, because the day we bake is the day we ship. You can't get something fresher than if you had to stand in line and pay a lot more per bagel.
Yeah.
And who wants to do that anymore?
And so get them here at QVC. By the way, one thing you might not know, Just Bagels supplies bagel shops around America
The
with their
big
bagels.
one,
Yeah,
and
for
the big
real.
coffee shops, yes.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So all 24 in the plain, or you can do any combination of 12 and 12 that you're seeing on the table. Go to QVC.com and see what's available, but this price goes away at the end of our show. That's at 6 p.m. Take advantage of it while we have it. Stacey Stoffer, you are perfection.
Thank
Love
you.
seeing you.
I'm taking my buttered French
You know
toast
what?
to
I don't
go.
blame you. I would take all those bagels and eat them up. Okay, listen, a lot of people have been